everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new around here, welcome. My name is Mandy and I am a full-time reseller. On this channel, I do like to make reseller content. On Wednesdays, I do what sold videos, and that will include all of my numbers. So I show you my average cost of goods, my platform and shipping fees, my gross sales, and then what I end up taking home at the end of the week. I also do unboxings, come thrift with me's. I did just start my 12 days of keywords for this whole month of December. So if any of that is interesting to you, please make sure to subscribe. After a few rough weeks, I can finally say that I had a good sales week. It almost doubled from last week, which is great. It seemed to be some new tag items, some items that people may be wearing for the holiday season, possible gifts for people. I had a couple higher priced boots that went this week, which was great. I didn't run any sales on eBay, so I don't know, if maybe that's what I need to do. The last 2 weeks I had ran sales on eBay and nothing really came of it. I got some pretty small sales from that. It could also be that we are getting closer to Christmas, so everyone is looking for items for gifts. So now I will turn you around and we will take a look at my listings so you can see what they look like. This is for the week of November 28th through December 3rd. On Mercari, I had 3 sales for $123. And after the fees, that left me with 101, an average sale price of 41. On Poshmark, gross sales were 603, and that left me with 480.35 and 21 items sold. On eBay, my gross sales were 486.18. After the shipping costs and fees, that left me with $349.82. 10 items sold over there. That has gone up, which is great. My average sale price there has gone up as well. I really like seeing that. Depop, nothing. I have been putting about 0 effort into that, so that makes sense. So the totals for this week were $1,212.18. After shipping and my cost of goods, I used an average cost of goods. That leaves me taking home $829.01. My average sale price was $35.65 with 34 items sold. So definitely better than last week. I think it's almost doubled, which is great. I hope it keeps going in this direction. I always do get a little bit nervous once we get around Christmas time, just with shipping delays, and people can not be always the greatest. So I'm hoping that everything pans out. Now we will look at some of my listings. Starting with Poshmark, these were a pair of, I believe it's Lardo boots. They were a size 6, so kind of small, but I did get these at Goodwill for $1.99. There was a little bit of scuffing on the toes, I think. Yeah, just a little bit here. I had brought these to Plato's at one point. They passed on them. I had them for a while listed. No one seemed very interested. And then it must have been Monday, I think, of last week. Somebody just bought these outright, which was great. Now that I think about it, it could be for a Christmas outfit that is the perfect Christmas red. Next is a pair of Hollister jean shorts. I let these go for $10. When I first started reselling about 5 years ago, these I could not keep in my closet. They would, as soon as I put them in there, someone would buy them. They're just those traditional Hollister super, super tiny shorts. And now I will not pick them up even if they were $1, just because they just don't move as well. They're low rise. Next is a shirt from Ralph Lauren. And I think it's just the blue label, so nothing too fancy. This I picked up at the bins, and this sold on an offer for $22. A cool jacket. This I thought I would have got more for. I think I did pay up like $12 for this. This brand I think is just kind of going down in what it's worth. At one point, I used to be able to flip pants and shorts from this brand fairly quickly for a high amount, and now it just doesn't seem to move as quickly. Draper James, this came from Kohl's. Kohl's, I think maybe twice or 3 times a year, they do like their mega clearance event. That's when I'll go in and see what they have for this brand in particular. I am normally looking for this in like plus size, probably 2X or higher, in more substantial pieces. So long sleeve, and if it has an open back, if it's maxi length, if it's a velvet type material. I think this one was only like $1.80 once all of the different clearance things came off the tag, and it screamed Christmas to me. That was another reason why I picked this up. Otherwise, I kind of leave the smaller sizes because they just don't move as quickly. Here's another Christmas type color palette from Vineyard Vines. I got this a little while ago, and this sold for an offer of $20. This is just a skirt from Nike. It was a cool color, and I think I paid $3.99 for it at Goodwill. There wasn't much interest on it, and then someone did send me an offer last week, so I did accept that. This also came from the bins. There was a little bit of discoloration on the hood, and I think the sleeve, it ended up coming right off. It looks almost brand new. Someone bought this for an offer of $20. This was a vintage San Francisco 49ers pullover sweatshirt. I was tempted to keep this. I just told myself I don't need any more sweatshirts because I have about a million. This went for a little bit less than I thought it would just because San Francisco is pretty hot right now. But I'm in the process of just really honing in on taking offers that are reasonable. And I figured this, almost $30 was okay. I think I probably paid $6. American Eagle jeans. These came in my latest bins haul. I was a little concerned that I didn't know if anyone was going to buy these just because of the extent of the distressing. I don't know that that is still super on trend. I think it's more minimal, but someone offered me 30, so I took that. Torrid, I need to just tell myself stop picking it up because it just keeps selling for less and less and less. I'm not sure why that is. I know that Torrid does run a lot of sales on their website, so you might be able to get things pretty reasonable, brand new. So I think going forward with Torrid, unless it is some sort of collab with like a costume or something like that, or a new with tag dress, I'm just going to have to not pick it up. I'm not exactly sure what this is. It was $1.99 at Goodwill. It was new with tags, some sort of anime. I normally do pretty well with anime shirts. I figured somebody might want this for Christmas, and that is why I picked it up. Never Fully Dressed. This came in a Quick Let's box quite a while ago. I think I've just really had this overpriced for a long time, and I just kept dropping the price. Somebody offered me $25, and I took it. Disney Park Spirit jerseys. Some do better than others. I thought this one would do well just because it had pretty bright colors, but there were a couple spots where it almost seemed like that these colors maybe bled a little bit in the wash. So I think that's part of the problem why I didn't go for as much, and I've had it for probably almost 2 years. So someone offered me 20 and I took that. Madewell jeans, these actually were extremely surprising to me. I have a video coming out, I believe it's going to be Monday, of my Quick Let's box that I just unboxed. These were in there, and I thought for sure I was going to sit on these forever. They are mid-rise, so they're not even high-rise, and they're skinny, and they're size 25. Somebody offered me $29, I think, with a couple hours of posting these, and I said, yes, you can definitely have these. Sweaty Betty, I have a hard time moving. I picked this up at Plato's when they had one of their, I think it was like 50% off sales or something. I've had this for almost 2 years. I just can't move it. I've had leggings before and I can't move this brand. So someone offered me 26 and I took that. Elizabeth Susan, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce this. I found these at Savers. They must not have known what it was. They were just pure silk pants. I looked up the brand and I said, definitely need these. They had them only marked, I think, at $4.99. I think I originally had these priced at closer to like $125, and I've just been slowly dropping the price. That's kind of one of my new I don't know what you want to call it, tactics or whatever that I am trying out, is pricing high to begin with and then just continuously dropping until I, think that it's too low. And then at that point, I will relist at my original and just see what happens there. And also sending out offers. It seems to be working. This was another pair of pants that I was pretty surprised about, the DL 1961. These are also mid-rise and skinny. So I don't know. I've heard small things that skinny jeans are on their way back in. I feel like they just left. So I don't know if there's any truth to that. These sold for 30. I think I got these in a thread up box. So my cost of goods was probably $2. Cabby, this is a brand that really is hit or miss. Certain things will go for a lot and others not so much. I've had this since last winter. I paid, I think, $1.99 at Goodwill, and this went for an offer of 20. This is Thrasher. It's a skateboarding company. I thought about keeping this hat myself, but I have too much hair and it just kind of sat in my head weird. So I ended up selling it for 15. I was really surprised about this sweater. I found it at Goodwill in their boutique section, and it had made it all the way to the color tag day where it was clearance to $3.99. I don't know if people thought maybe it was fake or just nobody wanted to get it. This is what the tag looked like. It is just acrylic, but I figured, for $3.99, I'll give it a try. I listed it. There were some people that sent me some smaller offers, and then on Sunday, somebody just outright paid for it, which was great. I think I only had that listed for 2 days. Onto Mercari, these were a pair of Y2K Route 66 combat boots. They were in pretty decent condition for their age. There wasn't any peeling or anything. These were sent through UPS with their $7.99 shipping. I have been kind of playing around with that because you have to put in the dimensions. You have to watch that because if you have anything that's too big, then it won't be $7.99 anymore. It's going to be to their next bracket, which I think is like probably double. So from what I'm seeing so far, like this size boots are still going to be okay for the size of a box, or like puffer jackets if you can get them small enough to fit in like a large poly mailer. Those I've not been charged back on at all. So if you have anything like that that you have higher shipping on, $7.99 is pretty cheap, I think, for those size. These I picked up not that long ago. I knew they would sell pretty quickly. The Screams Y2K Paris Hilton era. They're just super short pink Victoria's Secret shorts. And I think these sold probably within the same week of listing for an offer of 25. These were the Birkenstocks that came in, what was that? My shoebox where I had those bad pair of shoes, and they ended up giving it to me for free. So this is technically just pure profit to me, and this went for 60, and these were listed I think for like 2 days. So now on to eBay. These were a pair of Gap straight leg jeans, men's, new with tags, and these went for an offer of $23.99. Pink Victoria's Secret, this was an extra small lot. I had a couple things that I had from different places, and it just really isn't worth it to me to try and sell just like one of these at a time. So I was putting them together in like sizes, and this finally went. I'm glad it did. It went for an offer of 25. I've had it for a while. This is a Y2K Abercrombie & Fitch shirt, and this went for an offer of $23.99. Torrid, I was super glad that this went. I didn't think it would. I picked this up at the bins. Like I said, I don't know why I keep picking up Torrid. It's just like ingrained in my brain from when I first started reselling. And this was only a size 0, which is equivalent to a large. That's why I figured it might not sell. And it did sell for 18, which is great. This I really liked. This I got at that bins trip. When was that? My last one. That has been completely paid for. Everything that I bought there that I brought to Plato's covered that entire trip. So everything is now pure profit. This was Monsters Inc. It was a baseball jersey. It has Mike on the back. I thought that was super cool. And that went for an offer of 35. This is just a puffer vest heat keep. I don't think that's anything too extravagant, but it's a nice black vest that went for full asking price of 22. Melissa and Doug, I was surprised this one went so quickly as well and for so much. This was at that same bins trip, and this went for an offer of $35. Vince Camuto, I don't know. It's like hit or miss with me. Some things do really, really great and some things sit forever. I was surprised by this because this is more summery and it is pretty small, a size 4. This went for an offer of $40. This was a great sale. Newport News, never heard of it. Buttery leather duster, good size, 18W. It was on sale at Goodwill for $3.99. So I picked this up. There were a couple marks on it that I wasn't able to get off, and this went for full asking price of $80. These I did pay up for. They were new. I got them at Goodwill for $30. They did end up selling for $90, which is quite a bit lower than my asking price, but that's fine. You know, I'd rather recoup that money sooner rather than later. And weirdly, it ended up going like 20 miles away from where I live. So I always find that so weird when that does happen. And I do have a question about this brand because I've heard it pronounced 2 different ways. I've always called it Tiva, but I've heard it be called Teva. Does anyone know what the correct pronunciation is? I want to make sure that I'm saying that correctly. So is it Tiva or Teva? Let me know how your sales have been going. Is it certain items that seem to be moving quicker than others? Maybe some winter gear, new with tags items. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to give me a like on your way out. It really helps out the channel and I really appreciate it. Thanks. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.